Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you for joining me for your mid-month musical messages edition for the Twin Flame Soul Connections out there. So of course, this cannot possibly be a reading for everyone watching. If it is your story, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And if not, as always, feel free to check my channel for other messages you need to hear. And remember, time, energy, and gender are fluid, so reverse roles however they are applying to your storyline. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and tap the notification bell so you can catch future readings. So first off, thank you to my subscribers. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. It means so much to me. To those of you who have been supporting my spiritual shop and making purchases, including private readings, which have been a blasty blast as always. So again, thank you for all of your love and support. For those of you who have been reaching out to me wondering how to find my links, everything that you're going to need, including all of my payment links to PayPal, Venmo, and Cashapp, are listed down below. So be sure to read through the description box. It's pretty much the same information in every single video with a few tweaks here and there. But if ever you have any questions, usually all of those questions can be answered down below. If not, you can always shoot me an email, a DM. My email is WitchyWooTarot@gmail.com. And of course, all of my social media links are down below as well. So if you're new to the channel, I urge you to check the description box when you subscribe. That way you can link up with me on social media and all of that fun stuff, right? So before we get into it, you guys, I just wanted to say that, obviously the holidays are approaching ever so quickly, and I'm sure that a lot of you are feeling very stressed, very overwhelmed. And I just wanted to remind you guys that even though the holidays are about giving and receiving and, getting all of the things that you wish for, essentially, it is also mainly about spending time with your loved ones, okay? So keep in mind that not everyone is going to get to spend the holidays with their loved ones this year. So I urge you to send out prayers and positive energy to those who are less fortunate than you this holiday season. If there's any way that you guys can help, even if it's just donating, old things, clearing out your energy, bringing old clothes and toys and things like that to a shelter. If you are fortunate enough to pick out a name on an angel tree or help a family in need this holiday season, remember that the energy you put out into the universe is going to come back to you tenfold. So if you're one of those that are looking to manifest abundance in the year 2022, then this is a good way to start, okay? So anyways, you guys, like I said, this is going to be a mid-month musical messages edition. We're going to be looking into the energy of divine masculine. And also, guys, before I really get into shuffling and all of that, in the pre-shuffle, there were a couple of themes that kept coming out, right? So the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Swords, daydreams and decisions, and darkest fears. So kind of recapping on the energy of the December reading, the masculines are looking around in their environment and thinking about what they're really truly hoping and praying and dreaming about. And they want to call those things into fruition. As a matter of fact, they've been really focused on those things, and they know that there's a decision to be made. However, these masculines are focusing right now on transmuting this fear, this energy of feeling like they can't do anything about their situation, like they can't talk to anyone. I love how the moon cycles are showing up right above this masculine's third eye. It's almost as if they're understanding like the phases of this journey, okay? Seeing now that they're at a bit of a crossroads and starting to open their eyes and say, you know what, like, I don't want to suffer in silence. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be here battling my demons and my darkest fears. I want to be manifesting love, truth, connection, all of these things that they've been fantasizing about with you, Divine Feminine. But the problem is that this Nine of Swords energy has been just keeping them stuck, okay? So in the December reading, we were talking about how the masculines are looking around at their environment and realizing that everything that they've manifested isn't what they truly wanted, and dealing with all of the obligations and things that they feel that they have to do during the holiday time because of karmic energies, family, whatever the case may be. This could also be them being really stressed about finances too, knowing like that a lot rests on them and having like major anxiety and fear about what's to come. So the 9 is the nearing the end of a cycle. And as we are reflecting on 2021 and looking back at everything we've learned, I think the masculines are looking back and they're saying like, out of everything that's happened in 2021, I think the takeaway here is that they've only grown more and more confused about how they ended up in this situation in the first place. Okay, so like I said, they're definitely dreaming and fantasizing about what could be. They want to be able to take action on true love and authenticity. And as you can see, this woman here is very focused with her heart-shaped hands over her heart chakra. So I do feel like this masculine is wanting to manifest true love and connection. But the problem is, like I said, they're battling those fears right now. They're battling their doubts and their anxieties, and they're doing so alone, okay? So when I see darkest fears too, I think of dark night of the soul. And so they're really going through it, like I said, and it's coming to a close, right? It's coming to an end. But that's going to require them to be authentic in 2022. It's going to require them to finally say, hey, you know what? Like, I'm done dealing with this energy by myself. I'm done being stuck in a situation of smoke and mirrors where everything's an illusion, everything's a game. They want true authentic love, true authenticity, and they want to be able to act in that energy as well. So let's go ahead and get some more cards from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. So, okay, so look at that. So we've got Love Abounds, which is the Ace of Cups, and the Fool. So over the next couple of weeks, this collective of divine masculines is going to be hyper focused on love. They're going to be very, very aware of what love is and what love is not. And as a matter of fact, I feel as if during Christmas time specifically, there are going to be a lot of scenarios that present themselves to these masculines that's almost going to be like laughable in a sense. And I say laughable because I'm thinking of the Fool. I'm seeing the image of a clown. So some of these masculines could be really feeling dumb during the holidays, okay? Feeling like a fool, feeling like a joke, like they're just there for everyone else's entertainment. And I think they're starting to realize like, love ain't no joke, okay? I don't plan on sitting around in a situation that's not full of love. And this eye in front of the heart, I feel like this is spirit saying there are going to be some major heart activations going on and some major shifts happening for the divine masculines, because with this Fool card coming and this woman about to jump off of the cliff with her eyes closed, this is full and complete trust and faith in the divine, okay? So I think there's going to be some massive shifts during holiday time, and I think it's all based on the divine feminine energy, okay? And I'm going to pause right here because feminines, let me know if you relate, but I've been having lots of conversations with divine feminines and checking into the general energy of what's happening for you guys, or for you gals, okay? Again, gender's irrelevant. Divine feminines have been called to walk away at this time, right? We talked about this in the last couple of readings. A lot of divine feminines are putting their walls back up and turning their backs on the divine masculine at this time. Not out of anger, okay? Not out of fear, not out of anything except protecting their own energy, okay? So we talk about how twins mirror one another, okay? So for some of you, you might be sitting there wondering, like, when is my person going to get out of their karmic situation? When are they going to get that divorce? When are they going to quit that job? When are they going to finally realize that I'm here waiting for them? The answer is they're not going to until you can finally close out the cycle of karmic energy between you and your twin, okay? Some of you might not agree with me when I say this, but if you're going to sit there and allow your divine masculine to mistreat you, to reject you, to abandon you, or to make you feel any of those traumas coming up to the surface, then Spirit is literally yelling and shouting at you and telling you nothing is going to change in your situation until you can finally close the door on the past with you and your masculine, okay? So for some of you, you continue to let this hurt and these feelings of rejection and abandonment continue to perpetuate. And by you holding on to that, what do you think your divine masculine is going to do, right? They're going to hold on and cling to their karmic situation for dear life because that's what's comfortable. They're afraid to leave that behind. And for some of you feminines out there, I feel like maybe some of you've been afraid that if you were to turn your back on your masculine, that you would somehow mess up the chance to get into union. If you were to close the door to the chapters of the past with you and your masculine, that you would somehow like evade being able to be with this person, that you would maybe screw up your chances of making things happen. But think about your divine masculine, okay? We say how the divine feminine lights the way and holds the torch for the masculine. And I was just telling my friend this today, like, my arm is tired. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired of holding up this flame for someone. I'm tired of leaving the door open for someone who has done nothing but show me the hard, cold truth of rejection, okay? Someone who has hurt me, who has left me, who has abandoned me. And, you know, maybe some of you sitting there right now are thinking like, wow, you're still holding on to this? Like, yeah, I did for a really unnecessary long time. And you know what? I'm feeling like a fire in my chest right now, and I want to scream at the top of my lungs because it has been so frustrating. But at the end of the day, like, the only person that I can hold accountable for the way things have gone is myself. Because if I never would have held that door open for my masculine and let them think for a moment that it was okay to experience my divine energy and still hold on to someone else, to still let karmic cycles stand in the way of us being together, well, that was my bad, right? That's a boo-boo on my part, right? So closing that door, oh, my knees are crack-a-lacking. So closing that door to the past and finally saying like enough is enough and refusing to invite that same old stale energy of your divine masculine into your life, that is what's going to cause major shifts and growth in your connection, okay? Because how can you expect, and please don't get offended by this, but how can you expect your divine masculine to come to you in their highest vibration if you are still willing to entertain your divine masculine while they're dealing with third party or karmic energies? How? Because what you're telling your divine masculine is, it's okay, right? It's okay for you to treat me this way. It's okay for you to give me your hot and cold energy. It's okay for you to walk in and out of my life whenever you see fit. And it's not okay. It's never been okay. And for some of you who this is resonating with, if you haven't already clicked off, you know what I'm talking about, okay? And again, not to say that you won't come into union with your twin flame in the future, not to say that there's no chance for you to reconcile, but there's no chance for you to reconcile if you're still willing to entertain third-party energy, okay? So just keep that in mind. That is definitely going to be something coming up, needing to be purged right around this full moon that's happening in a few days. Like I said, it's happening on the 19th. Also, Chiron is coming out of retrograde on the 19th, which Chiron is the wounded healer. Okay, so if you have felt over the last few months that you have been purging a lot, that you have been, some of you have even been getting like flu symptoms or spiritual flu, or feeling lethargic or tired, exhausted, purging all of these traumas and things that have needed to be healed. And then also on the 19th, we have Venus going retrograde in Capricorn. So for the next couple of months, especially for the Twin Flame Collective, there's going to be a lot of reviewing the past. And trust me, Divine Feminines, you don't want to get caught hanging out in the past. because the future is bright, okay? And it's bright because you've been holding up that torch for so long. So keep shining that torch into the year 2022 and carrying that light for yourself, okay? Because everything that you do for yourself, every bit of healing that you do is going to reflect in your twin, okay? And again, that's when the shifts are going to occur. So like I was saying, Capricorn is the sign that Venus is in. And so going retrograde in Capricorn is going to be a very serious time, okay? We're going to be urged to get down to business and to really get serious about how we entertain relationships, love, partnerships, how we utilize and deal with our finances. So expect there to be also maybe some financial delays for some of you guys. And I strongly advise not doing anything crazy or out of the ordinary when it comes to your beauty routine, okay? So the next couple of months is not the time for you to try that new color you've always wanted to try, or to get that wolf haircut or whatever the hell else that you've seen on TikTok and all the crazy trends that they got going on right now. Try to stick to the tried and true, because this is going to be a time of reflection and review, as all retrogrades are. So, like I said, time of purging, a time of opening up and preparing for what's coming in that's new. And for some of you, that could even be you calling in soulmates, okay? People who are vibrating on your level. Now, for some of you, you might call in soulmates that will teach you some more tough lessons. And for some of you, you're at that point where you're finally ready to welcome someone into your life that is going to reciprocate and match your energy. So keep in mind, if you're calling in someone that's going to match your energy, make sure that you are staying in a high vibration, okay? So let's continue, and we're going to dig into the tarot. But first, I wanted to show you guys the bottom of the deck here, which is the Five of Wands. Challenging times ahead, okay? So as you can see too, this masculine energy is holding up a shield, and this shield is looking like he ain't got no time for nothing. Like, he's like, I ain't got time to deal with this. And this guy also looks pretty serious too. So this could also be a foreshadowing of the changes that are coming. Again, this number 5 being at the top here. Five of Wands signifying aggression, anger, issues, okay? Conflict. And this is what the masculines are preparing to head into, okay? So like I said, for a lot of you, the holidays are going to be like the last straw in some of these situations, because as the feminines are urged to turn their backs on the masculines at this time and focus on themselves, when the masculine is feeling that energy of needing to experience the divine feminine energy while they're dealing with all of this challenging energy, and the divine feminine is nowhere to be found, challenging is going to be like an understatement, okay? So a lot of these divine masculines are going to be going through the dark night of the soul, like I said, dealing with their darkest fears, and all of these things, the phases of the connection that they've been through are going to be coming to the surface, to where the masculine will be able to see them now from a new perspective, okay? I feel like with this third eye energy here too, this is simply saying like your masculine is going to be forced to see things in their truth, in their true light, okay? No more illusions. So let's get into the tarot and see what is going on more specifically as far as like how this divine masculine collective is going to be thinking and feeling at this time. And I'm going to be using the Checkali Tarot, which is absolutely one of my favorites to use during holiday season. It's kind of dark, but again, it's one of my favorite decks, and I'm just excited to see what comes out. So what is the energy surrounding the divine masculines at this time regarding their thoughts? And we have the Fool once again, okay? So this is going to be heavy on their mind over the next couple of weeks, really longing for and craving this new beginning, and the ability to take this chance on something new, okay? They already know that if they were to take this risk, even though they might be on their own, even though they might be scared, they already know deep down that this is what's necessary in order for them to finally experience freedom and happiness, okay? This is a card of optimism and positivity, okay? So this masculine collective is really focused on having this new beginning. So let's talk about how they're going to be feeling as well, and we'll get some clarity on all this information. So in their feelings, we have the 9 of Cups, which is, this is that energy of like wishing for happiness, okay? Looking around, okay? Look at her. Look at her looking around. She's having the best time, but look at her face. I mean, who wouldn't want to take a bath with a gingerbread man and have this magical pot of honey fly over you? Like, cupcakes waiting outside the bath. Like, this looks like a great time, right? But the 9 of Cups does also warn to be careful what you wish for, okay? So for some of you, your masculines could be in a situation where, like I said, they're looking around and they have everything that they could want, but they're still not happy. Okay, so in their heart, they've been really wishing for this. They just want to be happy, and they want to be able to experience life and have the zest for life too, not just be surrounded by material things. They want to experience passion and love as well. So with the 9, obviously the 1 cup that's missing, that would turn it into the 10, which would be complete emotional fulfillment. That's kind of the theme here. This masculine is looking around at their environment and they're like, I have everything. I have everything I could want. Okay. And again, that might not resonate with everyone, because I know some of y'all have divine masculines in situations where, you know, they could be not financially stable and things like that. But obviously this is metaphorically, right? They could be looking around and saying, I should be happy. Okay. Everything I wished for, everything I manifested from the past came true, but it's not making me as happy as I thought it would. Okay. So let's get some energy for how they're viewing the divine feminine at this time. 6 of Wands. So they're seeing the feminine as victorious, as successful. Okay. Look at this baddie over here. She's literally flying on the back of a mosquito. Like, that's so funny to me. But look, you know, even though she's independent and successful, it's the same thing. Look how sad she looks. And, you know, this kind of speaks to the level of remorse that the feminine might be going through, knowing, like, look, she just turned her back on this castle, okay? The elephant signifying, you know, never forgetting. So the masculine is seeing the feminine flying away from the castle, maybe not too happy about it, but they know that the feminine is working on their public recognition, okay? On gaining the fruits of their labors finally. But it's requiring them to walk away from that situation. And I know that the 6 of Wands is not a card about walking away, but based on the image in the card, that's just what it looks like, right? So again, we were talking about, in order to call in something great, you need to be able to let go of the past. Now, for some of you, you've been reluctant to do that because the past consists of your divine masculine. And you know what? It's going to be sad to walk away. And for some of you, it might cause a lot of, like I said, purging and things like that to happen. You could also experience physical symptoms. So keep that in mind. But like I said, the masculine is seeing the feminine and is understanding that, like, all of her hard work is coming into fruition. She's being recognized. She is successful. So what is this masculine's intended actions moving forward over the next couple of weeks? How do they plan to take action? So we have the Tower, okay? They intend to bring down the Tower. So, and I love that the Tower is a house of cards here. It's very symbolic. Hold on, 5, 6, 7, 8. So hold on one second. What is the 8 card? You know what? This is actually the Strength card. But it's a Tower of cards, which again made me think of the Tower. So I'm going to stick with my original intuitive message, even though this is technically the Strength card. But that could also be an additional message here. over the next couple of weeks, I think this masculine intends to take down this house of cards. Okay, I think that they intend to muster up all the courage that they have and be really strong in their convictions, and acknowledging too where they have held back their true passion, their true intentions to maintain this like facade. Okay, and even though maybe, you know, this masculine is standing up just fine up on all these little paper cards here, but at the end of the day, all it really would take is a wind to gust by and this shit would fall apart. I think they're starting to understand that now about their karmic situation, that they're the ones that have really been holding on to it, that they're the ones who have been clinging to it and trying to keep this tower from falling down. But they intend to manifest that now. They intend to be strong. Okay, and the Strength card is also a card of willpower, like I said. So where there's a will, there's a way. And this Divine Masculine intends to find that way. Okay, so let's talk about their desired outcomes. What are their true desires here? So this is the stars. 10, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, this is the, wait a second. I'm gonna pause real quick. Yep, it's the star. Just wanted to make sure. Sometimes I get my numerals mixed up. But yeah, this is the star here. So we're talking about the wish, right? I'm hoping for peace and renewal of this connection. And, you know, you see them sitting here on this cloud, very peaceful, okay? And as you can see too, we have like these little babies over here. The star does also represent the birth of something new, or quite literally the birth of a child. This theme has been popping up a lot as well for the Divine Masculines on what they're hoping for is a child, is a family, okay? And so I think that they're already aware that the Divine Feminine is going to be like the best avenue to achieve that, to actually call in this this new and beautiful new beginning. But again, it's going to require trust and faith in divine timing. And so on some level, this Divine Masculine is fully aware that they've been divinely guided to their Divine Feminine, which is why, like I said, this Ace of Cups comes up, because the Divine Masculine is going to have to seriously evaluate during holiday season what love is and what love isn't. And they're going to have to take accountability for where they've wanted to manifest true love, but where they've accepted less. So again, going back to that mirroring situation of the Divine Feminine and how it's going to be impossible for you to call in a conscious lover who's on your level if you're continuing to allow someone to show you and demonstrate what love is not, and you're accepting that as is. Okay, it's not acceptable. But again, that's all a part of the journey. It's knowing when to walk away. It's knowing when to stop focusing on the past or trying to paint someone as what you want them to be or what their potential is, okay? Of course, your Divine Masculine has the potential to vibrate on the energy of the Emperor. But if they're not doing that, then feminine, you have to walk away. You have to turn your back. You have to show the masculines that this type of behavior is not acceptable. Otherwise, it's just going to continue, okay? Forever and ever and ever. And I said this in one of the zodiac readings. It's like the song that never ends. And Divine Feminine, you ain't no lamb chops, okay? You are not no Charlie horse. This ain't no puppet show, okay? So if you don't want the same cycles to perpetuate, you have to be willing to take a look at your behaviors and take accountability for how you've allowed the cycles to continue. So, anywho, let's talk about what's going on behind the scenes with this masculine and their current situation. Five of Wands once again. Challenging times indeed. So, you know, this Divine Masculine collective could be having a lot of arguments right now with their karmic partners, dealing with a lot of aggression and conflict. And, you know, you can see here too, she's standing here looking down at this serpent and kind of looks like she's trying to reason with him. But you can see that the serpent really only has interest in wrapping its tail around her legs and pulling her down, okay? And I love too how they're, hold on, let me try to zoom in on this card. I love how there's like apples falling out of her skirt. I think that's really symbolic. Like, it's like this divine masculine has so much to offer, but all of their assets are basically being squandered right now. Like they can't get past this conflict right now because it's like their karmic partners are draining them. They're leaking out all of their assets, okay? And that might not be for everyone. But there's a lot of arguments, a lot of conflict going on right now behind the scenes. And I'm not even surprised, okay? Because like I said, with these karmic partners, they do not give a heck about love and and being with your loved ones during family time and holiday time. They don't care about that. Okay? And if they act like they care about it, it's not genuine, all right? They're doing it for show. And that's exactly what these divine masculines are coming to the realization of, is that they're always going to have to deal with this conflict if they just continue to allow this karmic partner or these energies to keep draining them and dragging them down, okay? So more of that, like, needing to take accountability for how the cycles have continued to cycle. And yeah, like she's looking down, trying to reason. So a lot of your masculines have probably tried reasoning with their karmic partners, tried, getting to the bottom of it, using their logical brains to figure out why these things are happening, okay? I just had a bunch of cards fall off of the table, and I'm going to just stick them right back in. This is the mini deck, by the way, guys, so it can be a little, it can be flying all over the place. But let's talk more to a little bit about this challenge. What is challenging? Like, elaborate on the Five of Wands, please. So we have the Page of Swords and the Four of Wands. So what's challenging even more so is that while this masculine is dealing with this conflict and argumentative energy in the backdrop, they're also intently watching you, feminine. They have their eyes on you, okay? They're studying you. And it's, they might be doing this in secret, okay? But with the Four of Wands popping up after that, it's also challenging because what they really want is union, okay? They want union. And look at this woman running through the lollipops with the bee on a string, right? I think that's so symbolic. Like, this is the divine masculine making a run for it and dragging their queen bee behind them, their divine feminine, okay? Hoping that the feminine's gonna follow them into union. But the problem is like I said, when they look around for the feminine, all they can do is watch from afar. All they can do is keep an eye on your social media. All they can do is just study you and observe you, because again, they're not going to be able to come into union with you and truly be ready for a stable and solid, like, committed connection that is actually happy and like harmonious. They're not going to have that until they stop watching from the shadows and they start taking action to stop these karmic cycles from cycling, okay? So yeah, they're aware. I mean, this Four of Wands, the 1111 energy, they're aware that there's an opportunity here for them. That's why the Fool pops up twice, because they already know what's required in order for them to come into union. They're not stupid, okay? But the divine masculines use more of their logic than trust their heart. And that's why the Ace of Cups comes out, because they're going to be forced to see, again, what love is and what love isn't. They're going to be getting many examples during holiday season. So let's get some clarity on some of these energies as well. I want to go a little bit deeper as to the Strength card and that whole Tower energy, okay? So what are their intentions? How are they planning to move things forward? What actions are they planning to take? The Three of Swords in the reverse. So again, this divine masculine collective is intending to move past any of this energy, okay? They don't want to be heartbroken. They don't want the divine feminine to be heartbroken. They don't want to break anyone's heart, okay? And that's been another reason too that has been delaying them, is because there is too much going on. There are too many hearts involved. And clearly, you know, there needs to be a separation from one of these parties. So Three of Swords in the reverse tells me that this masculine intends to come out of a third party energy, to heal from any sort of heartbreak or sorrow or separation. But it is going to require them to muster up their strength and find it within themselves to bring about that ending. All right. And as we know, you know, once an ending takes place, there's going to need to be a period of healing. And so that star coming out for their true desires could also be that, like hoping that when the fallout happens, that there's still a chance, not only for them to heal things with the feminine, but that there's still a chance for them to heal. Okay. Because yes, even though the person they might be with or the energies they might be dealing with might not be the best, it doesn't mean that they're not going to have to grieve the ending. Okay. For some of you, your masculines have been in connections for years and years, and you know, it's not necessarily that they're going to be sad or grieving over you know, leaving behind a person who was toxic, but some of these masculines also have intricately woven family situations. So it's not just about leaving one person behind. This is about maybe disrupting an entire family line, a family tree. Okay. So again, comment below if all of this is resonating with you, and definitely don't forget to like the video. So what is the Divine Masculine's challenge at this time? What is challenging them besides the challenging times? Yeah, the Knight of Swords. So they're feeling very challenged in speaking their truth. And for some of you, you know, your Divine Masculine could be the type that's blunt and maybe rude. And some people might consider your Divine Masculine to be very cold, or just kind of like, you know, someone who just speaks their mind and doesn't really give a crap if they hurt anyone. But since this is coming up as the challenge, you know, maybe your Divine Masculine has issues standing up to their karmic partner, okay, being authentic and honest about what they want. And maybe this has just been one of those situations where your Divine Masculine got caught up and just basically does and goes along with it and just kind of plays their role and keeps their feelings and stuff to themselves. So with the Page energy and now the Knight energy coming up as their fears, they have a lot to say, but I think they're just afraid to say it. Okay, it's a challenge for them to speak their truth. And again, this doesn't necessarily just have to involve a romantic karmic partner. They could be afraid to like stand up to their parents. Okay, they could be really scared to be honest about what they want, because maybe they've gone along with what other people have wanted for so long, and that's really unfortunate. Okay, so bottom of the deck. We have the World. I love that it's like a Christmas snow globe with a gingerbread house. Again, one of the greatest things about this deck is that it is kind of dark, but there are a lot of Christmas themes that kind of remind me of the Nutcracker in a sense. And that is like one of my favorite things about Christmas. So anyways, the World is a completion. It's learning the lessons of the world. It's completing the fool's journey. And so again, your masculine in their recent past, they're fully aware of what needs to be done to close out these cycles. And this could also be kind of significant in saying like, look at this person inside of the globe, right? They're like all by themselves. So this masculine could be feeling very isolated right now. Maybe even feeling like they're cut off from the world. Like they're trapped in some sort of like, my God, this is so sad. Some of them might just be trapped, period. Feeling very isolated and alone, like I said. And so again, they know deep down what it is, what they need to do, what's required for them to close out this cycle and to move into freedom, right? So, and you know what, like these karmics are over here shaking up this snow globe and making things really difficult, I think, for these masculines. And so, so yeah, let's get into the closing messages here and see what Spirit wants us to know in regards to in regards to advice, how to move forward, just anything that the Divine Feminine needs to know at this time. And we have the rising here at the bottom of the deck, which is also significant to the Strength card, to Leo energy. And, you know, we have that Six of Wands coming up here for the feminines. So keep rising, feminine. Keep standing in your power, in your glory. And as you can see, this lion is relaxing, okay? I was talking about how my arm was tired from holding the torch. Like, this could be Spirit telling you, you know, you don't have to hold that torch anymore, okay? You can put it down. You can relax, okay? You can soak up the sun and soak up the energy of all that you've been trying to manifest for yourself. And I love all these stars here too. So I think Spirit is telling you to, like, don't be afraid to make your wishes. Don't be afraid to manifest something new, and to manifest someone that's on your level, okay? So keep rising, keep going after that victory and success, and don't let anyone hold you back from achieving that, okay? So let's see what else we get here. Oh, and I just saw ebb and flow underneath that. Going along with the energy of the universe and just allowing yourself to experience it, not worrying about structure or anything like that, any requirements, just allowing yourself to be free and experiencing the love and the joy of the universe, period. So what else do we have for advice for Divine Feminines? Expanse. So when I think of expansion, I think of Jupiter, okay, the planet of luck and expansion. But I think that Spirit is also telling you it's time for you to expand your minds past the limitations of trying to come into union, okay? And you can see these individuals here walking the beach together. I think Spirit is telling you it's time to expand your horizons and don't limit yourself, okay? Yes, union is great, right? Like coming into physical union with your person, but that's just like the cherry on top of the sundae, okay? It's like the sprinkles on the cake. Coming into physical union is not like the only thing about the twin flame journey. It's about expanding your consciousness. It's about allowing yourself to be open to the blessings that the universe is trying to send to you. And so, like I said, if you keep allowing yourself to stay in a situation, even though it's your divine masculine, okay, if you allow yourself to stay, then you'll never expand. You'll never grow. You'll never have new opportunities. You'll never be able to finally meet a conscious soulmate lover that really truly gets you and understands you and matches your energy. Okay. For some of you, you're going to hold out forever for your divine masculine. And for some of you, like I said, you're closing the door to that and you're opening yourself up to the universe and saying, you know what, universe? Do with me what you will. I'm here to expand my consciousness, my knowledge on this earth. I'm here to be a better and brighter version of myself every single day, and I'm going to show up that way. And if you make a commitment to do that, the universe will bless you, okay? They will bless you with luck and good fortune, all right? So let's see what else we have from this deck. I do love this deck. And I will link the creator down in the description box below. Her name's Amanda. Amanda Lynn Hales, I believe. And she's on Instagram. A fellow North Kakalakian, I believe, as well. So yeah, if you guys like this deck, I think it's gorgeous. If you collect decks, you definitely want to hit her up. This is called the Wilderness Collide Oracle. Fae-born. So for some of you, you could be very connected with the Fae, okay, or other realms. But, you know, with these butterfly wings on her back, I mean, look at her. She's got this glowing blue light around her, these fairies floating all around her. This could just be Spirit telling you, like, there are guides that are helping you, that are guiding you through these transformations, okay? You were born to come down to this earth and to show and teach this world of unconditional love, okay? And, you know, there are some twin flame teachers out there who don't believe in the whole, like, mission thing, which I personally feel like it's true. I feel like, you know, we say all the time, the twin flame journey is about you. It's about your specific journey on this earth, and your own completion of the lessons, right? And so these butterfly wings are telling me that not only are you here to transform the world and help the collective transform, but all of the things you've been through, no matter how painful they have been, your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, they are supporting you, okay? They're helping you to transition, and they're going to be there for you when you're done transitioning to bestow those blessings that we were talking about, okay? So remember, when a butterfly transforms through the chrysalis, it ain't no after school special, okay? This ain't no fun times. The transformation through the chrysalis is the most painful thing that the caterpillar goes through, but the reward at the end is unimaginable, right? The ability to fly, the ability to spread your wings and travel the world and see everything, versus crawling around on the same, leaf. Okay. So again, talking about that expanse or expansion, I think Spirit is telling you to look outside the box and recognize that this journey is so much more than just simply coming into union. Okay. So focus on inner union, focus on your own transformation at this time, and prepare yourself to move through into a new beginning of the new year, okay? The new calendar year, I might add. So let's get one more card from this deck. Let's get one more card. Frequency of light. Let me find out she's sitting here holding the torch that we were just talking about. Okay. Don't let your arm get tired, feminine. Okay. Look at the butterfly wings again. Okay. The rose quartz towers symbolizing self-love, healing, and the rainbow in the background as well, signifying happy ending on the horizon. Okay. She's holding the torch. Frequency of light. Okay, like I said, stay in your highest vibration. All right. Can't even believe that this came out. Okay, she's standing there naked too, and I think that's very symbolic because, divine feminines, you have been stripped bare on this journey. Okay, and I think it has been quite the struggle too, because it's like all this time, your divine masculine has stayed in this state of confusion and not taking accountability. And meanwhile, here you are naked for all the world to see. Okay. Standing there unapologetically. I think a lot of you have been judged and I don't think that it's been very fun. Right. And you can see here, she's got a real serious look on her face. She's like, yep, I'm holding the torch. Not too happy about it, but I'm going to do it because that's my mission here. Okay. And that is your mission here on earth, is to hold the light. Okay. And I'm not saying, love and light only. I'm saying your job here is to hold the light. Okay. Whilst going through these transformations, whilst transmuting your shadow energy and dealing with these tougher traumas and things that have been suppressed. Okay. So remember, by you holding the light, this is you clearing out generational trauma. Okay. So continue to be the light bearer, whether you are holding the light for your masculine or whether you are just simply holding the light for the collective. Stay vibing high. Okay, feminines. And I'm going to end the reading with some musical messages and see what the divine feminine, what the divine masculine would like the divine feminine to know at this time. And this is my Musical Messages Volume 2, which can be purchased on my site at makeplayingcards.com. I have a shop, and that link is also down below, and it will be in the section of the description box where I will show you and tell you which decks I'm using in my reading, okay? So again, if you ever find yourself looking out for ways to contact me or connect with me, all of that information is in the description box of all of my videos, okay? So let's see what the Divine Masculine has to say. So we have inside and out. You are the reason for my laughter and my sorrow. Blow out the candle. I will burn again tomorrow. No one on earth can stand between my love and I. And no matter how you hurt me, I will love you till I die. And this is by Feist. So, you know, again, feminines, regardless of who hurt who here, and you know, you might have hurt your Divine Masculine when you finally closed that door, when you finally turned your back, and they looked for you and you weren't there, and that could have been hurtful, right? But again, everyone's specific twin flame journey is very different, and so only you will know your specific circumstances. Again, if you feel comfortable commenting down below, definitely do so. If not, you can always send me an email and let me know if you want to talk about it. And then also we have Don't Know Much. I love this song. God, when I remember being a little girl and like dancing in the living room with my mom and my dad, like listening to this song. So many memories, so many questions still left unanswered, so much I've never broken through. And when I feel you near me, sometimes I see so clearly that the only truth I'll ever know is me and you. Oh my gosh, and I'm getting the Morse code taps in my right ear. And that's by Linda Ronstadt and Aaron Neville. So I don't know much, but I know I love you. And that may be all I need to know. And I think that's exactly the message of this reading. Like I said at the beginning, Divine Masculine can no longer deny what love is and what love isn't. And maybe they don't know a lot about the twin flame journey. Maybe they don't know what's going on, and maybe they can't decipher it the same way that the Divine Feminines can. They don't have the same set of tools that we do. But at the end of the day, like no matter what happens, the only thing that is true to them is the connection between them and the Divine Feminine. The end. So I'm only going to pull those two songs because this reading has gone really long, even though all the cards just fell into my lap. I feel if this reading resonated for you, like I said, I would love to hear from you guys, even if it's in private, because as you all know, if you've been following my channel, it has been quite the journey, and there have been so many ups and downs and so many different in and out phases. So I'm always curious to know what you Divine Feminines are going through, and if you guys are Divine Masculines listening to this reading, I of course want to hear what you're going through as well. I'm sure that a lot of viewers of this reading would love to hear from you in the comments specifically. So yeah, for those of you who feel like sharing your journey, definitely would love to hear from you guys. But anyways, I am going to head out of this reading, and I'm going to get ready to do the intimate extended reading, which will be available here at the end of this video. You can click on it. Of course, you do need to be a member of the members only area. So if you haven't already become a member, then that link is also located down in the description box below. You can also go to my home page on my channel, up to the tabs up at the top of the page, and there is a membership tab where you can see all of the details, all of the great things that you will get, the perks and things that you'll receive when you become a member. And it is really inexpensive, guys. It's only $2.99 a month, which is like the lowest price bracket. But like I said, if you guys like the more intimate readings, if you just like an extended reading in general, and you would like to cut up with me and go a little little bit deeper, then that is going to be the place for you. So looking forward to seeing you guys over in the extended, where we'll be looking into the sexual and sensual energy of the Divine Masculine Collective at this time, and getting more messages for the Divine Feminines. So anyways, y'all, I love you so much, and I hope that you guys have an amazing holiday season. I will probably go ahead and check in with you guys again and do your January forecast. I'll release that before the new year. But other than that, you guys, I love you so very much. I hope that you are staying safe and well out in them streets, and I will see you again soon. Bye.